Mm. Yeah. So tell me the journey from being, a researcher, and you have many publications, and you're a real serious researcher, to technology and entrepreneur, if that is a kind of fair description. Maybe you correct me, but there must have been a journey, training, and things that kind of happened that motivated you, inspired you. So tell us about that.
Sure. So in practical terms, for this to happen, there was this program. There is still this program called Entrepreneur First. It's the people might know YC, Y Combinator in the US. It's literally a similar thing in Europe. And what they do is they accept individuals with potential to kind of build businesses. They bring them together and then they give them training for 3 months and let them just explore each other's potential and then help them team up and build something. And when I started at Entrepreneur First, or EF for short, I had this idea on the back of my mind, but I didn't actually start with that. In fact, they had this idea where they tell you, you did a PhD in X, try to apply that, team up with somebody who knows the domain problem, and then solve that. And I took that advice literally. So for the first week or two, I was working on leveraging social media data, stuff like, Twitter feeds and Facebook feeds and so on, to kind of like attack mental health problems. I quickly discovered it wasn't an area of experience I felt passionate about. Instead, I knew there was this thing deep down that I deeply, deeply cared about. And one of the program managers, Zefi, in one of the conversations, he heard me talk about this and he was, look, this is exactly what you have to do. And that's what I did. And I started to look around for co-founders. And I found my previous co-founder there. And Entrepreneur First gave us 100K to, get started on this journey together. And that's how it happened. So in practical terms, we're talking about accelerator programs, these incubation centers. Maybe there are many across universities or, outside, reach out to these kind of places on, the decision of, should I do this? What should I do next? It was a bit of a soul search. Like, I really had to sit down and ask for myself, what do I want to do next? And this is where that, philosophical kind of like statement comes in. I felt like, if I have to do something meaningful, I don't want to put off anymore. I don't want to, this is the time to do something meaningful. And that's, how that turn happened.
Well, that's a brilliant decision. But what are the challenges in this new kind of adventure, I would say?
So from the high level, I would say, coming from a technical background, it's not the technical challenges that are more challenging to me. So in building a product, it's been really proving the product market fit, as they call it. And it's just basically, it boils down to, how do you make this kind of project sustainable? You would be surprised, Tech, to find that, even if you build state-of-the-art systems, top-notch, best in the world product, and you're hit with, some out of control, situations, it's very, very hard to raise funding. So raising funding has been one of the challenges we had. We still keep, trying. But apart from that, it's been the war. The war in Tigray, in Ethiopia, has negatively affected us because, you approach investors and you tell them, like, we're building this technology. This is going to be the future for Africa, and it's very hard to excite them when you tell them about your first market, and all they hear is like war and so on. That has been really challenging. Those are the ones, like, that come top of my head.